today you can get free legal information straight from a licensed lawyer. Welcome to the WRAL Daily Download. I'm Megan Glova. Five on Your Side is partnering with the North Carolina Bar Association for Lawyers on Call. Five on Your Side producer Pritchard joins us now to share how this could help you at home. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So let's just start basics. How does Lawyers on Call work?
Yeah, so from 10 o'clock until 7 o'clock, so 9 hours, licensed attorneys that are licensed here in North Carolina are going to be taking phone calls, and they are going to be able to answer legal questions. They're going to take your questions. If you want to call in, this is completely free. They will talk to you and kind of get a gauge of what your situation is, and they can answer, a specific question that you may have on the legal side.
All right. And, I'm sure a lot of people out there who want or need this legal information maybe are hesitant due to what it may cost. Why is it so important that we give folks a chance to access this information for free?
And that's the key word right there, right, is access. It's equal access for everybody in North Carolina to justice. This is just a great chance to be able to have a short phone call, kind of get your basis. If you don't know if you have a legal issue that you need to talk to an attorney to, this is a great opportunity. You call in, you're going to be able to talk to somebody in a specialty area, and you can just kind of explain your problem, what the issue is. And, is that something where you need a consultation? You need to hire a lawyer? This is a great guiding point to kind of get you started if you aren't sure what to do about a certain problem. This is just a great free resource. Doesn't cost anything. Just a few minutes of your time to call in.
All right, wonderful. And is there a limit to how many questions you can ask in one call? What may that look like on the other side of the phone?
Yeah, we try to keep it to one main question. Of course, there's going to be a follow-up question or two. These calls last about 3 to 5 minutes. There are hundreds of attorneys taking these calls, which is great, and they're from all across the state. But again, people from all across the state are calling in, so we're talking thousands of people that we want to be able to talk to and provide this free legal information. So, just kind of have that in mind. Keep your call to about 3 to 5 minutes. Have those thoughts organized. Ask that big main question. If you got a follow-up question, go for it. But that's kind of where we try to keep the target as far as time and length and number of questions.
And you did answer this briefly, but, I'm sure most of these lawyers can answer most of the questions that are coming in. But our callers, how does that work if they want to be directed to someone for a very specific legal question? For example, immigration might be a big one currently.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. There are going to be really hot topics when people are calling in for sure. And there are specialty attorneys. Once you call in, you're going to kind of do a little intake thing. You're going to find out exactly where your area is, what area of law you have a question in, and you'll get directed to somebody, whether this is a bankruptcy attorney, business, tax matters, criminal law, elder law, estate planning, family law. I mean, the list continues to just go on. Immigration, as we mentioned. They have, attorneys for so many specialties that can really, get specific on your question and your situation and give you good answers. So, just kind of be ready to give a brief explanation. What's your situation? Where do you think it fits in? What kind of specialty do you need? Just be ready to answer that and talk about that when you call in.
And keeping some of those very relevant and timely topics in mind, do we think there's going to be a good amount of Helene-related calls this year?
They're definitely expecting it, yeah. It's been such a terrible situation up there, and so many legal situations have developed out of that, whether that's, dealing with damage, FEMA appeals, if it's landlord-tenant issues. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And they have been doing disaster legal aid clinics, free clinics up there where attorneys have been volunteering their time, going into communities and holding these clinics with FEMA officials to try and resolve some of these issues. They've seen this over the last few months, just the need being really, really great. So they are expecting and will be able to answer, Helene-specific questions when people call in with those.
Do we have any insight into what the success of past years? I know you said that hundreds of lawyers are going to be helping at this event, but do we know how many people were typically able to help during this?
Yeah, they expect to get about 10,000 calls this year statewide over the 9 hours. And, they've got call centers. We're going to have some of the attorneys here at WRAL. They'll be in taking calls and answering questions. But we've got them all over the state, right? We've got some in Charlotte and Asheville and other cities. So They're hoping to be able to take 10,000 calls. That's why we want to be able to keep the calls relatively short, to be able to help that many people, because the call volume does get so high, especially in the afternoon and early evening. In years past, just here, I think last year we were over 3,000, closer to 4,000 calls just in the Raleigh market. High volume of calls just throughout the day, trying to help as many people as possible and give them that access to these legal answers and information.
Any other tips besides maybe keeping it as brief as possible and just having your question or questions ready?
Yeah. Have those facts together, kind of organize yourself and your thoughts beforehand. Have that main question ready when you call in, and have a way to take notes, whether that's cell phone, computer, pen and paper. Just be ready to kind of write down the answer. You may get something specific back from the attorney, somewhere to look, something to look into, and you want to be able to write that down quickly and make sure that you've got that remembered. So those just a few of the things, just to kind of be prepared. And be, it's hard, but be patient.
Right.
Especially when people are getting off of work. That's the time when the phone lines really kind of get jammed up, when a lot of people are calling in. So if you have the ability to call in earlier on your lunch break, take a few minutes away, call in earlier to get your question answered. The later it gets, the busier it gets. But try to be as patient as you can. These attorneys are volunteering their time to do this. This is completely free. And they're trying to get through questions as quickly as they can to be able to answer the next person's questions. So just kind of keep that in mind calling in.
All right. Good to know. So when and at what number can people call in?
So it's going to be today, March 7th, from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. The phone number here in the Raleigh market is 919-891-9779, and that is going to be posted all over WRAL.com. It's going to be on the screen on TV during the event. It'll be scrolling at the bottom of the screen. We'll put it on big billboards and put it up full on the screen. So if you need that number, again, 919-891-9779. Again, on WRAL.com, you can find it. Call in today from 10 until 7.
All right, great. Anything else you'd like to say just about the impact of this event or just what it does for people?
It's a great resource because with legal issues going on, you talk about immigration is a hot topic, Helene is a hot topic, and there are a lot of things floating around on social media, some of them true, some of them not. This is a way for people who have questions, if they're not sure, if they've seen something, they're not quite sure what to do, or if something is real. Ask an expert. Ask somebody who is licensed in North Carolina, who knows the area, this legal area specifically. They can cut through the noise, cut through what's not real, and be able to give you factual information that you can then, begin your legal journey on, whatever that may be. But this is just fact-based information, a great free resource for people who have legal questions.
All right, Pritchard, thanks. Sounds like a wonderful event.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening to the WRAL Daily Download. You can find more podcasts from WRAL News at WRAL.com. Search podcast. From sports to true crime, there are plenty of shows to keep you informed and entertained. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.